I'm having a hard time with the video.
We're doing a Costa Rica vlog. A Diapers on the plane. Diapers on the plane. And Costa Rica was one of my favorite trips. And we got to go to a cloud forest. And there was an animal crossing the street. And it looked kind of like a cloud forest. I thought Costa Rica was one of my favorite vacations. And we got to go to a cloud forest. And we saw my favorite animal. And it crossing the street, and it kind of looked like a beaver. And it looks like a deer. We went to Costa Rica, and Costa Rica was one of our favorite trips, and it was one of my favorite trips. And Pi thought it looked like a deer.
Yeah, so we just got back very recently from Costa Rica. It definitely was one of the favorite trips we've been on. One of the coolest parts was the Airbnb we stayed in. It was this tree house in the forest. It was not only a great price, but it put us right in the jungle, kind of in the middle of Costa Rica, where we got to experience a lot of local flavor and very exciting stuff.
One of the reasons we really wanted to go to Costa Rica was because my dad served an LDS mission there way back in 1960. And I grew up my whole life hearing all the stories about plucking bananas straight off the trees and seeing coast to coast, the Pacific and the Atlantic coast from the top of the volcano, so it's the top of our list. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go with my dad. He got too sick when our trip was planned, even though we did postpone it a few times. But nonetheless, it was still really neat to experience it and know that he was there and come home and talk to him about it.
A mountain.
Is that a mountain up there? Yeah, okay. Look at the mountain. Yep, we have a mountain in the background, which is
the Poas volcano.
Yeah, at least I think it is, and so it's close enough.
Thought it looked like a deer. Huh? I think so. Now I'm going to pass it to Molly. I would go to Costa Rica. That was really cool. That was fun. We went through a kitty cat. That was my favorite. We climbed up a volcano. It was pretty fun. Police! We was going to a kitty cat. And we ate so much fun. We ate bananas. I thought it was more like a deer crossing the street, but we more thought it was like me and my brother saw a white night lizard. We slept in this tent and lots of shining rooms. My mom and dad slept downstairs, and we slept upstairs. I was quite scared. And I went down to my dad and asked him, is it a bad lizard?
You think that?
And I thought, what my favorite was this part, and Costa Rica was so fun, and Costa Rica.
Good job. We did love Costa Rica. Costa Rica was so much fun.
It was pretty fun. And the volcano's right up behind us on our background, and I wanted to sleep background. I wanted to sleep at the top, but I wasn't scared at all. It was kind of dizzy, so I was sleeping downstairs. Then it wasn't dizzy.
But we got to go to a volcano, a cloud forest, and a beach. And we stayed in a really cool summer treehouse Airbnb.
Yep, so I knew nothing about Costa Rica before we went there, except that it was somewhere down south past Mexico, and it was, so I was right about that. But yeah, it was definitely one of the funnest places we have been to.
And we got to go to a rainforest, and there was an animal crossing the street, and I thought it was like a beaver. and I thought it looked like a deer.
It was a great beach. It had a playground on the beach. It had incredible waves. They weren't choppy. They weren't hard. They weren't fast. There wasn't an undertow. It was just really smooth. We did have a little faux pas and went a little bit outside of the time we were shooting for, and we did get a little sunburned. But it was it was a great day. We had a fun little lunch on the beach too.
We slept in our bean bags. Oh no. We slept like in a little bed, like a little bed. It's not in there, but it's like, Mom, what are those things where it's just a blanket and
A sleeping bag?
Oh, we sleep in sleeping bags. I had Hello Kitty and you had Lightning McQueen. Yeah. But Mommy, that's not a barrier. And it was pretty fun. We slept on the top. There was a little climbing thing, and we slept downstairs. It was pretty fun. There was lots of sunshine. And there was a ground that you could open and you climbed out flat. Then you could jump. It was pretty fun. And
So the cloud forest, we got a guide and he showed us a lot of birds. Ellie was being a little bit crazy, so we had to walk out on our own, but it was beautiful. There were like literally clouds going through the trees as we walked up the paths. It was a ton of fun.
Well, there were paths everywhere, miles and miles of paths. There were hanging bridges, the wildlife. There was wildlife there, the Quetzal that little Widmore talked about over there. There was just so much to see. So even though we were out $80 for our guide, we still made a great day of it.
Mommy, my favorite was Kitty Cat. Let's go and do a Kitty Cat. And Uncle Aqua. I loved the trip on Costa Rica, and Costa Rica was my favorite trips, and we got to go to a cloud forest, and I saw and there was a little animal crossing the street. I thought it looked like a bird, and Pi thought it looked like a deer, but it's actually called a Quetzal.
So yes, we got a chance to go to a volcano, and it was really cool. So we got up to the caldera, and I can't remember. Did we get to see it the first time, or when we
first got there, we did.
So we got there and we got to see the whole caldera. It was smoking. It was like this cool lake in the bottom of it.
Laguna Caliente.
Yes, and then we went on a hike for a little bit. Came down like a half hour later, and it was completely covered with clouds. So anyone else who came later on in the day did not get to see Jack Squawk. So it was one of the highlights of our trip, was really getting to check out the volcano.
So we had a great time. Costa Rica should definitely be on your list of places to go. The kids will love it. There's so many lizards and awesome things to see there. Quetzals, other wildlife, hanging bridges, volcanoes, beaches, cloud forests. It's got 5% of the world's biodiversity in just that one tiny landmass.
And awesome fresh fruit
Yeah.
everywhere because it's so volcanic. The fruit's amazing. So what I noticed when I go to the grocery store now is most of the fruit is from Costa Rica because they grow a lot there.
We had lots of fun. We climbed a volcano. There was a bridge, a hanging bridge. There was lots of vines. It was super pretty. That was almost my favorite. We hiked up a volcano. It was so fun. And it was really fun.
Costa Rica was definitely a clean diaper experience. Our family loved it. Check us out at diapersonaplane.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and you can subscribe to our channel below. Please do.
Yes, we're all over the socials.
Give us a big thumbs up if you like it.
Yes, there's a thumb. Yeah, there's a thumb up at the bottom of the screen. So click on the thumb.
Bye. Can you turn it off?
No, we're gonna go forever.
Okay, anyway. And this is the end of our blog. Catch us on Diapers on the Plane. You can find us on this anywhere on Twitter, which I keep saying. Give it a big thumbs up if you like it. And the whole comments right behind me. The end. Bye bye. Kind of.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.